welcome to a beautiful afternoon here at X Games Chiba. We now bring you Women's Skateboard Park Elimination. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham alongside the voice of skateboarding, Gary Rogers. We come to you now from Chiba, Japan. It is our inaugural X Games Chiba. We are excited to be out here today, and particularly for this event, Women's Skateboard Park. We've got 14 competitors, Gary, and we'll get to the storylines in just a second, but my goodness, there are so many girls in this field. We're only 8 are moving on to the final, but headlined by someone like that, Kokono Haraki. Any of these skaters in this field can move on to the final.
Yeah, anybody. I'm just looking at that whoop-de-wheel that they had, but yeah. Very, 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 very.
And there you see Sakura Yosizumi, who may have the best tricks of anyone in this field, Gary Rogers.
Super open today. You do not know it's going to be anybody's game. So it's like, that's like the exciting part, to see who will end up in that top.
And Mami Tezuka, a silver medalist last summer. She certainly is a threat to podium again here at X Games Chiba.
Mami was just over at the P-Stone Invitation in the hood, skating.
So we take a look now at our comp format here for Park Elimination. 12 athletes, I mistakenly said 14 earlier, just 12 skaters here in Park today. 2 runs each, best single run counts, the top 8 advancing to the final. But Gary, as we said, this field is so talented, and you'll see a litany of Japanese skaters. We could see very well a Japanese podium sweep here in this competition.
This park is strange, but it looks really like people are figuring it out, but it could be all top Japanese sweep. It could.
Yeah, this is certainly an overview of this park that we're seeing for the first time here at X Games Chiba. Certainly a departure from years past.
Yeah,
park courses at X Games.
But it's like I'm looking for that flow point, because you would come in through that whoop-de-wheel, and it looks like you would hit the wall and then splash after you hit the hip to go into the deep end and try one of your bigger tricks.
So without further ado, we kick things off with Emilia Brodka, 32 years old, out of Poland. This is her second X Games appearance. Last time we saw her was in Austin in 2016.
Clipping on that air might mess with her speed, but doing a front side 5. Back 50 around that corner. So yes, yeah, you would hit that hip to go into that deep end. That's what I was looking at. Going front disaster. Ooh, clip the top of that, trying to do that front side air. All right.
Emilia turning pro for Arbor Skateboards. First signature deck came out just a year ago. Also has signature Speed Lab wheels. And Emilia, welcome back to X Games.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I wish Mace would have kept his old flow. That's what I wish. I wish P. Diddy never ruined that.
Out of Ocean City, Maryland, making her X Games debut, 15 years young. Keep your eyes on young Ruby Lily.
Ooh, good air on that one. Ooh, that little back over crook, the little backside air. Front tail. Front Smith in that corner too. Putting it together for real. Mean 15. Oh, nice little back air.
Last 10 seconds for
Trail.
Ruby.
Leading the tail. Front side air. Putting it together, ending off of the back D.
No surprise for Ruby Lily. She says that her favorite skateboarder is Lizzie Armanto.
Wow.
I'm sure most of the ladies in this field would not argue that.
Yeah, exactly. Lizzie, I got a pair of Lizzies in my bag. Shout out Lizzie. Going with that nice backside grab.
To be clear, you're talking about her signature model shoe.
Yeah.
After 2 runs, Ruby Lily's lead.
Yep.
So here's Kiana Ogawa.
Now!
She's got 3 X Games appearances.
Say her hometown, I dare you. I dare you to say that hometown. I dare you. I triple dog dare you after that front Smith. Go
Out
ahead.
of Kugan Numbamaki in Kanagawa, Japan.
Yes!
Am I
Let's
saying
go!
that right?
Backside 5-0. Coming into the front 50. Ooh, front tail a little low. Whoa, 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 whoa.
As I said, we've seen Kiana at X Games 3 times before, including last summer, where she finished 7th. But right now, she's just trying to be one of those top 8 that moves on to the final.
L, look who this is.
Grace Marhofer out of Cocoa Beach, Florida, 18 years old. It's her 2nd X Games appearance. Grace just competed, and when I say just, I mean just competed 30 minutes ago in the women's skateboard street elimination, Gary.
Front air and that hip, yeah, no, that's... But then, like I said, right when she dropped in, you could see that she was favored to the transition. So she was probably really warming up. But like, let me hit a couple rails and mess with these people real quick. I ain't even messing with these folks. Oh, I'm about to go over to the park and do my thing. Up. Little front grab to disaster right there.
Yeah, Grace certainly known more for her park and vert prowess.
Was she able to get to the front 50 to fake me?
Was unable to move on to the skateboard street final.
Trying to get that fake plan.
And now she has her sights set on park. Take another look at Grace's first run. Should be noted, she's got dual citizenship. Russia and the US, adopted as a baby, moved to Florida when she was 11 months old.
Where? US.
And Grace, early on in this contest, jumping up into 2nd place. So here's Kisa Nakamura.
Ooh! Big 3 grab over that. Oh, yeah, it's a wrap.
And Gary, I know it's been a minute,
it's a wrap.
but Kisa Nakamura, the first time we saw her at X Games, won gold.
Wow.
Park, Austin, 2016. We saw her 2017 mini park, finished 5th. We have not seen her at X Games since then.
Good backspin stall. 5-0. Started off the strongest with that 3. Then that front disaster.
Last 5 seconds for Kisa.
Back D, looked like it was trying to go low-C.
And it's crazy to think how far Japanese skateboarding talent has come in those years. At the time, she was the first Japanese skateboarder to win a gold medal at X Games.
Wow.
Just think about that for a second, the history that she's made,
Yeah.
and how much the landscape of skateboarding in the country has evolved since then. It's staggering.
Yeah, no, they can't, because remember we had that same rush about Brazil, and now it's...
And Kisa taking over the top spot, excuse me. Our next skater to drop in though, Ingiara Asp.
I'm just saying her name.
She goes by Indy.
For years.
Crazy because she's been around the scene for a long time,
Right?
Gary, but this is just her 2nd X Games appearance. We haven't seen her since 2018 in Minneapolis when she finished 4th.
Staying in that corner, throwing a lot of 50s was really hard to do front 50s like that. Got a little plant made coming through. Nice little stale, baby stale. Oh! Really had been around, huh? Now it's like...
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, there you see the Brazil flags out here at the stadium. Ingiara's really grown up, and you can see the confidence in her skateboarding. And a really nice first run for her as she jumps up into the top 3.
1, 2, 3, and I'm in. That's got to be one and done. But okay, it's all good. It's all good.
Lily, 3rd, Ingiara Asp. 4th, Grace Manhofer. 5th, Kiana Ogawa. And 6th,
So Indy
Amelia
jumps
Broca.
up into the top 3. We're just getting started here in the women's skateboard park
should've threw it at
elimination. The
Disney
rest of the
animation.
field drops in for their first run. when we return here at X Games Chiba.
そうですね。そして変わってこちら表情を捉えているのが、はい、見えてまいりました。4コーナーです。
Back like we never left.
So we welcome you back to X Games Chiba in the midst of Run 1 here in the Women's Skateboard Park Elimination. Kokono Haraki dropping in. A silver medal earned in her lone X Games appearance back in 2019 when she was just 10 years old.
Back airing that hip with authority.
The youngest medalist in X Games history, Kokono Haraki, when she took home silver. Not yet even 11 at the time.
Front side nose grind. Baby weight touching that corner. Ooh! That little backside too. Back air to finish it off right at the buzzer.
I mean, there's no getting around it. Kokona is a prodigy.
No, 100%.
A silver medal at her X Games debut at 10 years old. A silver medal at the Olympics last summer. She's a threat to win this contest outright, Gary.
Definitely. Get that nose grind in that corner, baby weight.
And we have a new leader, Kokona, taking over the top spot from Kisa. So it's Japan 1-2 here in elimination. It's early, but
on for the set, bro. They put on. You gotta do it.
We said at the top, could we see a Japanese podium sweep in this event? It's looking that way. But here's Bryce Wettstein, one of the best personalities in skateboarding,
100%.
hands down, out of NC. If you're just joining us, Bryce Wettstein taking over that second spot, but Sakura, many projecting as not just a podium finisher, but perhaps the one to beat in this entire contest.
Went to a little vert moment. Oh, kind of did a little kickoff, a little north to back disaster. Front side lip slide.
Sakura, a bronze medal in her X Games debut in 2018, and then a 4th place finish in 2019. We have not seen her at X since then.
And right now, stomping. Kind of went on with some little vert mode with that back and forth with a bunch of those airs.
A really nice first run for Sakura. I'd love to see that one more time if we could, Gary.
Yeah, you see that little kickoff the back D right there? Just that little extra flair.
So Sakura jumping up into second place with that run. What does she have for an encore?
See that
Our
podium?
next skater to drop in a silver medal last summer. Let's learn more about Mami Tezuka in this athlete profile.
My name is Mami Tezuka. I'm a skateboarder from Shiga, Japan. My goal for X Games Chiba is have fun. Best memory from X Games is the last time I won the silver medal. I was so stoked. In Japan, so many girl skaters increasing, and that is so good for skateboarding. I want Japanese fans to watch my style, speed, and tricks. My goal as a skater, I want to skate as long as I can and have fun with everybody.
Style, speed, tricks, have fun with everybody. Yeah, I would say that encompasses Mami pretty well.
Pretty accurate.
So here's Tezuka dropping in for her first run.
Going up to that tail side on that extension. Back 5-0. Front feeble grind through the corner. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
And Mami goes down unexpectedly, but still a smile on her face.
Because it's lit. She at the house. She chilling.
So Mami Tezuka will have to wait for that second run. Uncharacteristically going down, as we said. A silver medal last summer. Certainly expected to podium once again out here at X Games Chiba, but she's got her work cut out for her for attempt number 2. One run in here in Women's Skateboard Park Elimination. We'll find out who's moving on to the final when we return.
2 or 3.
Welcome back to the inaugural X Games Chiba. It's the first time X Games has ever touched down for an official event in Japan. And we're excited to bring it to you here from Zozo Marine Stadium. A beautiful day for skateboarding, a beautiful day for the X Games. We are one run in here in the Women's Skateboard Park Elimination. And Gary, no surprise, 3 of the top 4 skaters in our top 8 thus far hail from Japan.
Come on.
And if not for a fall midway through her first run,
Very awkward fall.
Mami might have made it 4.
Yeah,
Anything speak out to you for those first attempts out here in Women's Park Eliminations, Gary Rogers?
Nah, it's kind of lining up to me. It looks like they got it right with the judging. I just realized that Bryce is in there. Like, hold on now. I ain't about to just take this whole podium. Bro, I was front of this, like, the Lizzie Armanto shoe release, and Bryce handed me this little green star, like, randomly, and was, like, smiling, like, here, have this. And I was like, bruh, this is the nicest.
A very
person.
on brand.
Yeah. Heck
Bryce
nice.
Wetstein, one of our favorites. But here's Amelia Brodka on her second attempt. She's sitting in 11th place.
Oh, there's something must be up with that. I seen her just kind of do the same thing that Mami almost did, but she just did that front disaster. Coming into the deep end, little front side air, trying to hang on. All smiles, chilling, relaxing. It looked good. I don't know what happened.
Disappointing for Amelia. She will not be moving on to the final. But as we said, this field is just so good. There's going to be a lot of talented skateboarders who are going to show out today and not move on to the final because it's just a numbers game at this point.
Truthfully.
How about Ruby Lilly making her X Games debut, just 15 years old, sitting in 5th right now, Gary Rogers?
Yeah. Starting off that back overcrook, then that backside grab over that hip. Throwing a little tail action in there. Grab the disaster, frontside Smith. This young one has got that vision a little bit. Extra little pull on that.
I don't know if you remember this, Gary, but she was an alternate last summer.
Really?
And I remember watching her skate in practice, and I said,
wow.
is this
Switching
girl
it up right
competing in the final? And everyone said, no, she's an alternate. And I was blown away because you saw the talent there at 14 years old.
Yeah.
Certainly on display here today. Does not look like it's her first rodeo.
Definitely not. Like, look at the extra pull on that. It was like a different angle where you could see she was like, I ain't done with this. I'm going to be more in the air real quick. You heard whatever was wrong with my brain just almost processed me trying to say that sentence. Whatever's wrong with me almost like came to fruition through my mouth.
Kiana Ogawa sitting in 10th.
All right, next up.
Trying to clean things up, trying to stay on her board for her second and final attempt here in Eliminations.
Ooh, wow. That back foot almost. Oh. Oh, I saw it coming. I saw it kind of, I braced y'all for that, huh?
You did.
Look, I did, because I thought that was going to have to be a lot more nastier than it was. I seen the buckling.
Unable to stay on her board. Surprising. I think many people had Kiana pegged to certainly get into the final, and that will not be the case. We turn our attention now to Grace Marhofer out of Cocoa Beach, Florida. She's sitting in 7th right now. Would love to give herself a little bit more breathing room and climb up that top 8 ladder.
Oh, tap the tail on that right there. Good little plant. Front Smith. Well, I don't see why. I wonder why. Looked like she grabbed it right on time. Looked like everything was about to be right.
There's been a couple falls today where I'm not quite seeing it. What's giving issue? But again, Grace, an absolute warrior here today. Skated in the street eliminations earlier. Was not able to move through. thought this might be where her focus was and is. She's currently sitting in the top 8.
Like a cramp or something, you think? Like, I would hate to assume something, but that looked like she was about to really thug it out and just didn't.
There's Kisa Nakamura currently sitting in 4th place.
Stop playing. Stop playing. Throwing that 3 for the opener really is just changing. A lot of people are just airing it. So for her to, what's up with that wall, man?
Something about run 2 is giving the skaters issues. So Kisa will have to settle for her first run, and 4th place is where she'll stay. So here's Indy Asp sitting in 6th place. It was really good to see her skating in that first attempt. We welcome her back to X Games. We hadn't seen her in 4 years here at X Games, but hasn't skipped a beat. Can she potentially move up for seeding?
Slashing a couple of front. Oh, trying to throw that front feeble in that corner. Not getting it.
So Ingiara.
I like that, like, fall and it's over. Like, bro, get out of here. It's over. Ah, stop. Little bell when you fall.
Well, we're halfway through our field here in run number 2. Kokono Haraki still leading the way. Is anyone gonna jump into this top 8 and move on to the final? We'll find out after this. It's second and final run time here in Women's Skateboard Park Eliminations as we come to you from X Games Chiba. There's a look at this park course that, well, run one, the ladies were absolutely slaying, but for whatever reason, these skaters are getting hung up on a couple of spots on this course, Gary, at run number 2.
Like there's something over near that hip that they're not all liking to get their speed, and then something about that main wall over there that everybody's coming into after they fly in from that other hip.
Well, we're halfway through run number 2, so we're going to give you the final skateboarders out here in Park Elimination. 707, stand up out of Petaluma, California. You know us Bay Area kids stick together. Here's Minna Stess on her second run. Went down early in her first attempt if you missed it. Trying to get out of the cellar and into the finals.
Ooh, go ahead. Just watching the growth of her over the years, bro.
Facts.
I've been like, yo, look at Minna go.
She got on our radar so young, so small, but skated with such power, and now you're starting to see it at 16 years old. Just missed the podium, if you remember, last summer. Ended up in 4th, her best X Games finish to date.
Took a little too long on that back disaster. I'm going to tell her about that. That's supposed to be quick. Bam. You know better.
So not a lot of tricks, but she does stay on her board. Which she was unable to do on run number 1. Take another look.
Locking into that front Smith grind, throwing it in light, coming through with that back grab.
Minna is planning a film trip with the rest of the women on the skateboard, the Santa Cruz team right after this event
when they get
here
back?
in Chiba.
Oh, yeah. I think Mom's was telling me about that.
And Minna Stess jumping all the way up to 6 from 12 to 6.
There you
so
go.
She gets in.
There you go.
To that finals group and bumps out Jordan Santana, who is now dropping in. So some moving and shaking with Minna getting into that 6th spot. Can Jordan jump back in?
Interesting stat here is only 2 people that are goofy-footed. Jordan being one of them. Oh, throwing a 5! But splickety-splacketing, not getting it. That was close.
That was very close.
That was close. That was close.
We wondered if we were going to see the 540 out here. And you can't fault her for putting it down or trying to put it down on a second attempt, especially after she just got knocked out of the finals group. Just heartbreaking for Jordan.
Definitely would have put her up there.
As she gets bumped out and will not be moving on to the finals. So here's our current leader, Kokona Haraki. This is whatever she wants it to be, Gary.
In a sense. It's kind of like my go-around, because even if you've seen her trying to throw a couple other tricks on that gap, she just aired it this time. She's like, I'm in first place, let me chill.
So a silver medal the last time we saw her at X Games when she was just 10 years old. Make no mistake, Kokona is not here at X Games Chiba for another silver.
Nope.
She's got gold on her mind.
100%. Imagine being born in 2008. Like, bro, what?
That's a real thing.
Oh, Bryce coming in fake.
Bryce
fully clipping, but it's okay. Need a little more speed. Good front Smith. Feeble fakie. Ooh.
Bryce going pro for Stereo Skateboards just a month ago, Gary.
Yeah, I know. I was hyped for her. I told her congratulations and everything. Like, that's dope. It's good spirits in skateboarding that really, you know, start fan bases and get people close.
No one's going to win a most spirited award more likely than Bryce Wetstein.
Exactly.
No one has more fun on her skateboard. No one exudes personality like her. So that's what's been crazy is the marriage of the personality and the art and the music. And oh, by the way, her competitive skateboarding has actually really been cultivated the last couple of years, and now she's truly a force.
Trying to get that half cab, not enough speed coming in, but fully getting a good grind on that feeble fakie throughout that corner. It's just people like Bryce and myself that when you really love skateboarding, you actually can show that you're having fun, you know?
Well, it's cool, and I think for the uninitiated, the culture of skateboarding is something that is so immersive.
I take that back. I'd be breaking boards. I'd be pretty sad. So I think Bryce is alone with just loving skateboarding.
Sakura Yosizumi, currently sitting in that second position. She's already earned her way into the final. This is just a preview of what she'll have next.
Really smooth style.
Smooth. That's a great way to describe
really smooth
Sakura.
on that. Yeah. That back and forth. Does she have a vert background? Did you just pay attention to a lot of those backside airs?
Yeah, you could see that.
Did you see that?
I saw that.
She
Just
like
turned
put it
pro,
together.
by the way, for Pau Peralta.
Almost looking like she had the most tricks in her line by doing that too, because it's so spread out. When you try to go to that other hip or that other side, you're carving a lot of your time. She was like, let me throw 3 right here.
Well, she's been skating a lot with Sandro Diaz and Jimmy Wilkins, so it's funny that you say that. Hello.
Oh.
All right, pressure on now for Mami Tezuka. Many had her as the favorite to win this contest. She certainly has that power, but she's sitting in 10th place, Gary.
Which is really typically her. So we're going to see how she starts to put it together on this one, getting that front feeble throughout that corner.
The last skater to drop in for the day here in elimination.
Planning. Come on, finish strong, Mommy.
Remember, Grace Marhoffler is sitting in that 8th spot.
Right on that bubble. Oh, okay. That's like a little side disaster. Front air in that hip. Throw a little slash. That should definitely get her. I believe so. As far as almost nobody finishing their second runs, for her to do that was impressive. Good front side 5. Going up that extension with that front tail. Good little coat of wax on that too. Throwing in that plant.
Mommy's home, look at that. Mommy jumps into the top 8, 6th place, and she will be moving on to the Women's Park Final.
There you go.
All smiles for Mami Tezuka, who saved her best for last. And there you see our top 8 moving on to the finals, Gary.
That top 8. Now we're going to see. Because it looked like a couple people took it easy.
That is true.
You seen that?
Half
like
of our field, Gary Rogers, 4 of the 8 hailing from Japan. And after Mami Tezuka put on that show on her final run, let's head down to Jack Mitrani, who's with Mami.
Congratulations, doing it on your second run there. The first run, what happened there?
I have no idea. Probably my wheel bited or something, but it was scary.
Were you feeling the pressure on run number 2?
Yeah, definitely. I was so nervous and my legs were so shaking.
Most importantly, what is it like having X Games finally in Japan, your home country?
Yeah, I'm so excited to Japanese people watch this, and this is so cool.
And can you talk about the women's skate scene in Japan?
Yeah, it's getting bigger and better, and I'm so happy about that.
Well, it's because of people like you. Congratulations, can't wait to see you continue to kill it at X Games.
Thank you.
You know, we said, Gary, that was what we were expecting out of Mami Tezuka, but it was so easy and effortless watching her on that second run. It almost felt a little conservative, like maybe she's leaving a little bit more in the tank for the finals.
Well, if you see the first one, it just looked like a freak accident.
Right.
It wasn't her to even fall, so.
Well, congratulations to our field, headlined by Kokono Hiraki, our top-ranked qualifier. here in the Women's Skateboard Park Elimination. For Jack Matrani and Gary Rogers, I'm Brandon Graham, saying thanks for watching.
Peace.